Hello, my name is Alvin Thomas, and I'm a church planter here in Blacksburg, Virginia. We are planting Fireplace Church. You know, in 2010, God began dealing with my wife Charity and I about planting a church somewhere in this region. At that point in time, we didn't know where or when. We began seeking God, and around 2013, things became a little bit more clear. I began the process of being assessed as a church planter, and then not long after my assessment, a good friend of mine who's a church planting director guest spoke at a campus ministry in Virginia Tech called Chi Alpha. After hanging out with the Chi Alpha director, he realized that we needed to plant the Assemblies of God Church here in Blacksburg. He called me up for coffee one day and just presented the opportunity. And Charity and I began praying about it, and we came out and visited, and we even sent out a survey to people that are here in the Blacksburg community. And, you know, 3 things came back repetitively in our survey that were needs within the community and needs within the church here in Blacksburg. One of those was that there was no Spirit-filled churches here in Blacksburg. You know, for a campus ministry like Chi Alpha, which is Spirit-filled, they need a local church to connect with. You know, the other thing that came back was that Blacksburg really needed a church that was doing children's ministry very well. The third thing that came back was there wasn't a very strong sense of community within most of the churches here in Blacksburg. They would come on Sunday morning and leave, and that was about it. I believe that God has called us here because of these 3 reasons. We're here to plant Fireplace Church. And you know, a fireplace is a place where you do life around a fire. You know, whether it's a campfire with friends hanging around, whether it's a big bonfire, whether it's a wood fire at home with the family. You do life around a fire. A fireplace is also a place where you cultivate a fire. You know, and that's exactly what we intend on doing. We intend on building a place where people can gather as a community, not just on a Sunday morning, but be friends and connect outside of the service, but also to cultivate their fire for God. You know, your fire for God is your passion, what God has called you to do, what excites you. We want you to find your individual passion for God, but we also want to find our collective passion, what He's called us to do. And we believe not only has God called us to plant a fireplace here in Blacksburg, but out of the Blacksburg fireplace, plant many others here in this region. But before we can plant all those other fireplaces, we have to plant this fireplace. And before we can plant this fireplace, we need a spark. Every fire starts with a spark. Today I want to share with you an opportunity how you can help us spark a fireplace.